I'm with People's Daily. I have a question for Chairman Wan Exiang. I have noticed that you often say this sentence, that the whole party of the RCCK should be committed to participation in deliberation on and administration of state affairs. My question is, what specific accomplishments has the RCCK made over the past 5 years in terms of participation in state affairs?
Thank you so much for your question. I'm very thrilled that you can remember that sentence. That is actually a consensus over the past 5 years within our party. I'd like to give you a few examples of how we participated in state affairs. Last time I named a few figures, and now I'll give you a few examples. Firstly, it's about the legal order, and which is also the legal reform. This is also related to my background. I set up the first legal aid in Wuhan University. I also worked for the Supreme Court, etc. Every step and stage of my life is inseparable with legislation and law. We did around 20 seminars, and in those seminars, and after several rounds of seminar, we noticed that we are entering into a critical phase. First is about trans-regional court, including the intellectual property court, marine court, etc. Second is about the public affair court, for example, the environmental protection. Third is about the administration supervision reform system. And we have already established a series of reports in those regards. Second is about accurate legislation, so to boost social civilization. In terms of social civilization, we need to mainly focus firstly on the service of resource. That used to be the law of the nation. However, in order to publicize that law into the local level, we also have conducted a series of research, and then we submit our proposal and also a pilot law draft, and that is provided to the local levels, including the city level and community level, and we ask them to set out their role in line with this demonstration. Second, we also have another demonstration law to 12 provinces, including Xiamen in Fujian province, Jingzhou in Hubei province, and Xi'an city, etc. And these cities have instituted a series of laws on the basis of their authorities. And I think in this regard, we have achieved a lot. Third, it's about the energy structure reform. You know that currently we are faced with strong smog. Hebei province consumes around 290 million tons of coal fire, and various population in the rural area in Hebei province consumed the local coal, and the wind from that province made Beijing citizens suffer. And that's why environmental protection has been a major issue in our research. We focused on the energy structure reform, and we need to coordinate with the energy structure and try to change the coal into natural gas. You can see that we did make some contribution to the blue sky of Beijing. Third, we also focused on the water resource, especially the water resource management surround Bo Sea. And we did a research in that region. And in that water area concerns not only to the local region, but also to the northeast region, as well as the Beijing and Tianjin area. We did a report on how to achieve the circum-Bohai area environmental protection. Finally, I'd like to talk about the last industry. This is initiated firstly by an emerging forum. Firstly, we went to Panzhihua city in Sichuan province. In the winter time, the only climate condition that is equivalent to Hainan is in that city. We did a retirement forum in that city. Just by that forum, we attracted various and a huge amount of audience. We also did another forum in Zunyi, Yichang, and Weihai in Shandong province, and followed by a dozen of cities. They are calling for industrial forum from the two sessions. The forums have drive for a huge amount of investment. Thusly, I have one more thing to add on Belt and Road Initiative. We also have submitted one important proposal. That is to on the dispute resolvement on the Belt and Road Initiative. These are all the examples I'd like to talk about, and you can judge from yourself whether we have achieved something. Thank you.